My mom is very present, and kudos to her, actually.
I remember from your reality show, like you and your sister were close, and somewhere it seems like you guys had a fallout. Where is that situation now? Are you guys good?
Tito, where do you come with these questions also?
Research.
Anyway, I am a very thoughtful being, and I think about things before I say them, because I know the domino effect that would take place after whatever.
Let me tell you, it was at this moment I set up, okay? Because you know what? I've been speculating on this channel because of the energies that they put out, but this is the first time we actually get to find out what is going on in the Khumalo sisters over there. Because, hello, the last time I spoke about Uzandi and Ukeli Khumalo and their relationship was when Uzandi over there on the Instagram app posted Christian, Kelly Khumalo's firstborn son, with Jub Jub on Instagram. First of all, how are you posting somebody else's child? The audacity. But anyway, Asikolapo, she posted Christian and he was kissing his white girlfriend. And then Jub Jub jumped into the comments. And it's going to make sense later why I'm bringing up Jub Jub, okay? Because she also talks about him. And of course, she doesn't talk about him from a positive sense. But now that whole scenario and how it played out, it makes absolute sense. So shout out to El Tito for asking the $1 million question. What is going on with you and Uzandi? And you guys know how I always say, you can never misquote silence. I have to say, I have to give credit where it's due. Kelly, in this case, heard the question, stalled on answering it because she knew she was going to be quoted and she wanted to find a way to answer the question without bringing up a storm. I don't think she's afraid of Uzandi, but she just, for family peace, she just doesn't want the smoke. So this is how she answered the question. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and you already know, okay? And we'll continue on with the rest of my commentary, because we're going to talk about Ujub Jub. We're going to talk about her other baby daddy for the last born. And we're also going to talk about, you already know, SENZO MEYIWA. By the way, guys, we are already in the month of October. Another October has come through. It's going to be on October 26th. It's actually going to be 11 years since the passing of SENZO MEYIWA there in the Spaza house. And the SENZO MEYIWA trial is nowhere near finished. And justice for Senzo is nowhere near there. But then the Madlanga Commission looks like a backdoor entry to justice for Senzo MEYIWA. But I'll be watching that closely and letting you guys know how it's looking, okay? Because one thing I can say is if advocate therefore gets in that door, gets in that Madlanga Commission door, you know he's going to sing Senzo MEYIWA trial. You just already know. So what we got to do is help advocate therefore through that door, okay? But in the meantime, let's continue listening on. Remember, we're going to cover the baby daddies. Yeah. All of them, okay? Because she has 3 baby daddies. She has 3 children, so she has 3 baby daddies, okay? So we'll talk about that. So let's listen first what else she has to say about Uzandi Umapopola, okay? Here goes.
Part of my life does not exist anymore.
Okay.
And it's closed. And it's a case closed. It's not even about not wanting to discuss.
Yeah.
There's just certain things that I've learned to walk away from and I've learned to not entertain. Yeah. So this one, it's really not worth my time and my effort and my words even. So it's a part of my life that I've walked away from.
No problem.
Well, I'm quoting General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, okay? There can never be peace between a criminal and a police officer, okay? I'm just going to leave it at that because, that sounded intense without the drama, okay? Basically, she doesn't even acknowledge her as a human being. Did you notice she refers to her? She doesn't say her. That part of my life doesn't exist anymore and it's case closed. I've learned to walk away and not to entertain this one. Oh my goodness, why can't she say her? Can you see she has deleted her from existence? She is not worth being referenced to. And this is just my interpretation. If you have a different one, go right ahead and type it in the comment section down below. Don't judge me. Just let me know your version, okay? Because this is what I heard. This is I will confess, this is the part of the interview I set up, okay? Because oh goodness me, it was long, okay? I sat through it so I could bring it to you guys and let you know what's going on out there on these Kelly Khumalo streets. But there's one thing I like that Kelly Khumalo said, and she's very honest, okay? She's very, very honest. She says, listen, if there's any way that she can manipulate, I wouldn't say manipulate. I don't want to misquote her. I'm going to look for the clip and play it here. She literally said, if there's a reason, she's going to make money from it. And I have told you guys that. Anytime her name is mentioned there inside Pagati within the SENZO MEYIWA trial, she drops an episode. Or she puts something in her stories. Anything as long as it will benefit her. So, hello, everybody, okay? So, basically, that's what she had to say about her own sister, Uma Popola, who was there that night. Do you think there should be a Kelly Khumalo and Zandi Khumalo commission to find out what happened? Who is telling a different version of that night? When Kelly Khumalo is called to the stand by the defense team, will she throw Uzandi under the bus? This is my message to the defense team. That's your line of attack. That is what you attack. You flodge and flodge and flodge the horse so that you can discredit Uzandi Khumalo. There's your missile, okay? There's your ammunition. Don't say I didn't tell you, okay? Don't say I didn't tell you. I don't work this hard. Listen, that interview was long, okay? It was long. It was long. It wasn't a bad interview. It's just that the interviewer, by the way, was great, but if he's your friend and, he's not really looking for the drama, he didn't ask, he touched the question on the SENZO MEYIWA, but let's go to the baby daddies, okay? Let's listen to the baby daddy version and then we'll do SENZO MEYIWA last. Let's get into it.
You are making a strong point. It's not rumors, it's like the information that we are fed. That
because I want to look good to you. I will tell you anything you want to hear because I want the country to think that I'm a great father. But being a great father, this picture is very flawed. Because if really you were determined to be part of your child's life, you would fight tooth and nail to make sure you were there. I could even send money, even if I don't get to see my child, because I must worry about my child's well-being.
So you don't even receive child support?
From who?
From the father of your children?
No.
At all?
They're all useless.
No way.
All of them. Well, except for one. If he was here, trust me, he would have been a responsible father, very hands-on. Senzo was a very hands-on father. He did everything he could to be there for his children, not just my children. But the other two, useless.
You know what? I hear Kelly's chat. I hear her, but I have to put a but. I have to insert a but. She elevates Senzo while throwing the other two down underneath, okay, under the bus. She backs up the bus and she rolls over there, twice over. She calls them useless, but she says not Senzo. If he was here, he would be a responsible father. Senzo was a very hands-on father. He did everything he could to be there, not just for my children, but his children as well. So then I asked myself, so it makes me pause to think, just based on what she's saying, the number one cries from Umama Meyiwa, Sfiso Meyiwa, and the rest of the Meyiwa family is to get to have a relationship with Senzo's biological daughter, with Kelly Khumalo. And she calls the others useless. She says they didn't bother to fight for access to the kids. They don't send even money. They should send the money even if they have no access because they know they have a seed with her. And then I asked myself, so why are you refusing access to the Meyiwa family when it comes to Senzo's daughter? Because Senzo has passed away and you are saying he would have done anything for his kids. So then my question becomes, why are you not honoring him? Especially in the manner in which he passed away. Why are you not honoring him by giving his family access to their granddaughter? You can even put house rules in place. And then until the case, I don't know why. I don't know why. But what she said about the other two useless fathers and then elevating Senzo, but at the same time, she's not honoring Senzo's family is a bit strange for me. It's a bit strange. But listen further to what she says about the father situation, and then you'll get why I am wondering about if she has that to say about the other fathers, the other baby daddies. Then in Senzo's situation is different. He's not here to fend for himself, but you uplift him. Therefore, why can his daughter not engage with his family? Let's listen on.
So are you taking care of 3 children alone with no child support at all from the fathers?
No.
You haven't sought for child support yourself?
I will not do that. Remind you on how to be a dad. Remind you that you have a seed at my house. Remind you that your child needs a roof and needs resources for education. I must remind you. You should know that.
Wow. Yeah, I'm puzzled. I'm still puzzled, like you in this situation, because like me seeing a clip of Joop saying Kelly is not allowing me to see my kids at all, and be brave on a public format to actually say that.
That nigga is brave with a lot of things. If you really, really, really wanted to be part of your child's life, you would make an effort. Even I would be the one reaching out to his father to say, let's find a way. I can't stand your son because he's a very disrespectful human being. However, I can have a conversation. But even the father halfway through made no effort. So really, so I don't know it. So it's great. Oh, he's not yet. Lovely. Life continues. But also I've created such a very warm home for my children to a point where they don't need anything. It's not a conducive environment for kids. So they are aware who their fathers are, and they are aware of the absence. What do? We move forward.
I think you've just experienced a lot when it comes to family, like everything that you've gone through from your situation now to your kids' situation.
But also, it's a pattern.
Okay.
So this is what I've learned, because I always want to learn in every situation and look at it from a different perspective, is that this has become a pattern. So from my mom to me to my children, it has become a generational curse that someone has to break at some point. And it's the teachings that I have with my son. Funny enough, I said this to him like on Friday, 2 days ago. I said to him, listen, even if in your future you decide not to marry the girl you will have children with, but you are not going to be an absent father. Not on my watch. I, as a mother, will make sure that you are present. We are also present in that child's life, because we are not going to have this continue. It has become a generational curse. And as parents, we do it without even looking at it. It's for selfish reasons, but you are not actually realizing that you are creating a generational curse. This is going to go from you to your children and to your children's children. It has to end at some point.
True.
But now, here's the thing. With these men, all of them had proper homes. All of them. All of them. So this, like you grew up in a household with a father, and all of a sudden you are deciding to not be a present father. It is a decision. You can't blame it on they don't want me to see my child. It's a decision from your side. If not fighting is a decision. Not pushing through everything to get to be a present father is a decision. So how fair are you to come from a fully functional home to decide that your son or your daughter does not deserve one? All these men come from proper families.
That's a shame.
So basically, Jub, I cannot speak for him. He's alive. He can handle his own business. And as Khumalo says, that nigga knows I did nothing. Basically, and they all grew up in homes with both parents. So they know what to do. So when I hear that, and she says all, and then she emphasizes all, so there's no exception of the 3 fathers, including SENZO MEYIWA. The way I understand that is she is expecting the Meyiwas to have come to her to have access to their granddaughter. That's what I heard her say. So in my opinion, the door is not closed. I don't know. Let me know. What did you pick up from what she put out? Because, kuningi guys, kuningi. These family dynamics are extremely complex. And Senzo is not here to speak for himself, his wishes. He's not here. Well, He was a present father because he passed away in the home of Ukeli Khumalo and the mother's house. So I guess until the time of his death, he was a present father to his daughter. But then why, therefore, is she not accessible to the family? And that is Utingo, Senzo Meyiwa's daughter, with Ukeli Khumalo. But let me know what you understood by that whole interaction that she had. Of course, she has beef, okay? There's nobody who doesn't know that. She has public beef with Jub Jub, and I think it stems more from the relationship. And she did hint that his father, I'm not even sure. But anyway, that's a Jub Jub thing. Jub Jub is still alive. So to Jub Jub, there's still hope. There is still hope for you to reach out and do the right thing. She is not going to teach you how to do the right thing and engage in the family matters, co-parenting matters. But with that said, let's listen to one more thing she has to say about Senzo Meyiwa. Here goes.
In your life.
Yeah.
It's been 14 years since Senzo's passed away, I think. It's 14 years. How have you been dealing with that personally?
From a place of love and from a place of respect. I am so tired of that question. I want to go to an interview where I'm not asked about. I've done so many podcasts about the same thing over and over. It's exhausting.
I hear you.
I've moved on. And please, can I be let? Not even let. Can I just move on? I've moved on. I've healed. I've dealt with my losses. And by the way, Senzo is not the only person I've lost in life. I've lost cousins. I've lost sisters. I've lost a whole lot. So why is it always the focus? Because we want to sensationalize things.
I don't think maybe that's...
Then the minute I walk out of here, it becomes about that one particular thing, or even the headline of this podcast becomes about that. There's more to me than just one incident that happened to me. I've had incidents happen to me. Why is the focal point just this one particular one? Because it pleases our society to talk about.
Quite frankly, Kelly, I cannot even believe you said that. I don't even know where I could even begin. What do you mean we are sensationalizing it? One incident, he was unalived in your mother's house. The story is not make sure. Shadrach Sevilla was the first one at the crime scene, okay? And in present day, you already know Shadrach Sevilla is under a lot of scrutiny. So we can't help but look back and say, Shadi, first at the scene? What do you mean? There was a hat that belongs to absolutely no one. Even the DNA cannot even place it on anyone conclusively. And wait for it. Let's not forget the 5 men in the dock. Shall we also forget the fact that you are mastermind according to Keninda, and there's a J50 warrant of arrest? What do you mean you have healed and moved on, and why do people talk about this over? Kelly, the case is not solved. These are the makings. When they say South Africa is a movie, your story is included in that. How simple it is for her, with breath in her lungs, to be able to say, I have moved on. It was just one incident in my life. Other people have died in my life. Why only this person am I always... Because he was the national goalkeeper. How about that? How about the fact that he was the national goalkeeper? How about the fact that the trial is still ongoing and nobody knows Gwenzagala? That was very insensitive, Kelly, and that was very self-centered, and that was team me. No, you do not get to play the victim, Kelly. Not on this, not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. In fact, we need you inside Pagati within, you know what? Yeah, inside Pagati within the witness box. Maybe that will help you answer the question a little bit better. I think we're getting too comfortable with the podcast. We're getting too comfortable with the media. Let's go under oath. How about that? Let's go under oath and let's hear your version once and for all. Yes, I get it. Baloyi didn't call you. You waited and waited and waited. He never called you. It's clear why he didn't call you, okay? Because you were not going to serve his narrative, his story. But now, if the defense is to call you, we hope you will not be a hostile witness. Talking about, I'm healed. Healed. A mother lost her son in your home. To this day, she still does not understand what happened. So you don't get to say when it's over and when the questions stop. The questions will keep coming and coming and coming. As Umnisi said, you keep flogging the horse until the horse comes alive. It is the nature of the story. I will give you an example. Let's look at Mrs. Mnati Mteta over there in the Paris, okay? Fortunately for her, the text message wasn't making sense. She ran to the authorities, okay? And until we hear otherwise about the text message, she's not suspect number one, okay? There's a huge difference. But Guningi, the way she just dismissed that question during this time of the year really set me off. But let's continue listening on and see if she redeems herself. Here goes.
Like things that I have not spoken about, I've spoken about here in the podcast. Things that I feel, you know what, I'm done talking about the same thing over and over for me. I've shared my feelings and I've shared everything that has to do with that. I've moved on. Really, I've closed this book. It is officially closed, and you will never, in any podcast or interview that I'm going to be invited to, they must know that don't. Aren't you tired of asking the same question? So-and-so has asked it. So-and-so has asked it. Because you research, right, before an artist or a public figure comes on your platform. You know things that they have not been asked. You know things that you would want your people, like it would be the same thing as the podcast I've done before that, because I'm going to say the same thing. Nothing has changed. So for me, it's like, I'm tired of talking about this. I've moved on. Can we all move on? Really?
Okay. If you feel.
And it's not coming from a bad place, by the way.
No, you're allowed to express yourself.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, please, can I just move on? Really?
We get you and I get it. But just to give you reference, I didn't see any podcast.
No. I'm just saying, No, I understand. You're allowed.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Goti. I cannot expect you to not want to ask. But I must tell you, I'm done. I've made a decision. I'm not going to go to podcasts because it's like I'm running a campaign. I'm not on a campaign of, remember my pain. Remember what happened to me 20 years ago. I've moved on. I've cried. I've loved. I've resented certain situations. I've healed and I've moved on.
Must be nice. She's moved on. Kelly Khumalo has. That's the message to everybody, okay? Stop asking the question. Stop bothering the woman, okay? She has moved on. Has Bongani Dansi moved on? Has any of the accused moved on? Have the Meyiwa family moved on? Have they found their peace? Have they found their justice? I think what she said is very unfair, very insensitive. But, when there's a self involved, she's chosen herself and she's made it very clear. Just in case there's any illusions, she made it crystal clear that she herself has healed. She has moved on. She has loved. She has had other children after. So it is what it is, okay? May SENZO MEYIWA's soul rest in peace. Notice she totally skipped past that. She's moved on. Stop asking her about it. It's over for her, okay? It's done. I can't wait until she's in the witness box. But anyway, with that said, let me hear your reaction to Kelly Khumalo, this interview with El Tido. The full interview is up on El Tido's channel. Go and watch it. It's over an hour and 30 minutes long. I've brought you the best parts. Okay? Anything else, and the rest, it was just too long. I just listened to it just because, it's Kelly Khumalo. We've got to find the pieces that we need to find, okay? Pieces of the puzzle. With that, thank you so much for watching. You made it this far in the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, to comment, to subscribe. I absolutely love it when you do. Today is Friday. We're counting down. I know some of you don't remember when court is coming. Court is coming back the exact same day as Majanga Commission. Just so as to cause confusion for myself. It's going to be a difficult choice. Again, I can't believe we're going back to that same place. But let me end this video right here. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, to comment, to subscribe. I'll catch you, of course, on my next upload. Bye, guys.